like about $15. So this is just consider it a lot more than 79 here.
Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Saturday, June 11th, 2022. I am in North Texas. More specifically, I'm in Louisville, Texas. I'm at the mall, but it's no longer a true mall. It's actually a mall slash event center. It used to be called the Vista Ridge Mall here in Louisville, Texas, and now it's called Music City Mall. And today we're having the DFW Ham Expo. So what's amazing about this thing is we used to have a big event here every year called HamCom, and it was usually held in Plano, and for a couple of years we had it in Irving. But COVID took its course. After missing 2 years of it, they decided to cancel it altogether. So we're going to try to kickstart it again, and we're taking baby steps doing it because HamCom was a big event. This is going to be a smaller event, but it will grow over the years. So come hang out with me. What they got set up out here is actually the flea market, the outdoor flea market, where people bring their ham equipment that they're not using anymore, and they will sell it to get money so they can get more ham equipment. It's a never-ending cycle. Some of the stuff is old military items, some of it's civilian ham equipment that's been around for a while. If you need components, there's a lot of vendors that have just the components that you need. Hundreds and hundreds of components.
There's a making change fee. It's a new thing that just came out.
Lots and lots of stuff out here and plenty of buyers for it. As with any event, this place is starting to get crowded. As we said, we're in the Music City Mall here. A little bit of background. This is a sneak peek. The doors open at 10 today. They have indoor vendors and lots of groups out here. Some not even ham radio. There are indoor tables as well as the outdoor tables, just so you can shop in the air conditioning or shop in the Texas heat, old school style. But it is inside a mall, a little event center. How cool is that? The doors have opened. And they're taking payments. So Vicki, I'm putting you on the spot. What's your job out here?
I am PIO for Dakara and Aries, and then wherever they need me to fill in, I can also be a gopher. I can unload anything. I also have an ice chest of water, so I'm technically the safety person today. I'm trying to keep everybody cool because the National Weather Service did issue a heat advisory. This supposed
That's
to go
right.
to 110 heat index.
That's warm.
It is warm, hot, and humid.
It is.
And I'm already ready for a nap.
So she's setting out the Dakara one, which is the Denton County Amateur Radio Association here. And next to that we have the Louisville Amateur Radio Association, that's Laura. And Lark's getting set up here, that's the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club. And my friend Dell here is setting up the radio scouting. This is the Boy Scouts. And he's got a lot of Boy Scout stuff here. This is Richard. He's with Main Training Company out in Paris, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And if you want a good deal, tell us about your company.
Hey, we've been in business 13 years ago, or 13 years now. Kenwood, ICOM, and Yazoo. We take trades, mtcradio.com.
Very cool. And something's wrong, he'll always back up his product.
Oh, yeah.
Always back up. In fact, I bought my first handheld radio from him at HamCom in 2011. So
Awesome.
we're at the grand stage. And there's a line going out the door to get people in. This mall here was one of the nicest malls in the area, and it was a mall that I hung out with my friends back in the 90s. Very nice mall. Of course, economics change and people move around. This is the food court. I do not recognize any of these restaurants. None of them are the major chain restaurants that you probably know. Well, that I'm familiar with at least. As far as the stores here, I really don't recognize any of the stores as any major chain stores. I did see David's Bridal outside, So that's a popular store, but I'm just, it's very different in here since I've last been here. It's probably been a good 15 years since I've been here. Nice little climbing play structure. You usually see something like that in some kind of a gym for children, or a McDonald's or something like that. They're doing a good job keeping this place nice and clean. Still a nice place. The stores are still closed here for the most part, but Anime Yankee. Some kind of anime shop here. That's pretty cool. I'm seeing a lot of stores that are of an Asian influence. Kawaii means cute in Japanese. Looks like they have a lot of cute things in that store. What's cool is when you get here, you get door prizes. And some of these radios are about $35. Some of them are a few hundred. So the first door prize is going to come out at noon, and cross my fingers, I wouldn't mind having one. We just got a crowd count, and it's well over 500 people. Y'all remember Bob. Bob's one of the organizers here, and he was the president of Takara. So, hi folks. So over 500 people here on something we really didn't advertise that much.
No.
That's amazing. That's truly amazing.
Well, everybody was really hungry to do something. You know?
Oh, absolutely. We miss ham radio conventions, and they're so much fun. And plus, you get to meet people from all the clubs all over the North Texas area, and some from South Texas and other areas. So.
Well, it's been an experiment, you know, and it looks like it's a very successful experiment. So, from the movie, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're going to have to expand out, and I'm sure the mall is still on our business on that. Sure. Absolutely. Thank you for organizing this. It's awesome. And who was the other organizer?
Marty Reed, AB5L.
So Marty, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
It's 10:47 right now. There they are over at the grand stage over there. What they call the grand stage, which is basically the event center here. It's been a while since I've explored this mall. Like I said, it used to be here all the time. Looks like they got a little photography studio here. An empty space that you can own your own business there. Another empty space. I think that used to be Zell's. And over here was Hillsburg, possibly. And that was an anchor store there. It looks empty. That's the thing about malls. They can be really, really popular for a while, because this was a very high-end mall for a while. And then another mall opens, populations shift, and you get a lot of empty spaces here. But I'm glad they're still trying to do something with it. In fact, there's the Tano Self-Care Studio. Curious what that's about. This was called the Copper Penny. Got a little stand-up piano there. Or upright. And I can't remember what you call them. Prolific's men's and women's boutique. Got a relaxation station. This used to be Wicks and Sticks, which was a candle shop in the mall. In fact, I think we bought our Unity candle for a wedding here. The big event center here. So I've noticed a lot of these strip centers and shopping malls, and especially a lot of these small towns will have a small little building or something, and then create an event center out of it. It's especially cool when you have a small town that does that. Some of the buildings I've been around since the 1800s, some in the early 1900s. But this right here, it's the Dream Event and Weddings Do Event Center. Looks like they got quite a setup in there. Here's an old playground that was here when Vista Ridge Mall was here. I remember when it came in. It's another little space release. This one looks kind of nice. Route 21, that's what it was. Another fashion store. Do kind of like the look though. Mangoes for men. Boutique store. I don't think those are for men though. Oh, entertainment place here called Parlor of Entertainment. It's another event center, it looks like. Possibly a place you can do some gaming. Looks like an escape room there called the Game Show. This used to be a cookie place right here. The Jar Bar DFW. This is something I've never seen myself. A wig vending machine. And I don't think that's $2.75. It looks like it's $275. See something new every day.
Has a model of be prepared, and what's a better way of being prepared than with ham radio? And we're here with our Dale and Dale. Dale, both of them are with the Philmount Scout Ranch ham radio station, K5PSR. So what do y'all do and where is that, and tell me about it.
We go to Philmont to let the Boy Scouts talk over HF, all modes of digital if possible. We typically do that at the Tooth of Time Traders. And next year we'll be back there during the National Jamboree, which is held at Summit Creek. So we'll be talking from Philmont to Summit Creek. Dale will be there.
All right. And Dale, you both have been involved in this in some time, so.
I've been in Scouts for 45 years, either as a youth and as an adult. And I've spent a lot of time out at Philmont. It's one of my favorite places to be. I was staff out there, and I just enjoy having people come up and ask questions. And so I talk about ham radio and Scouts.
So do y'all have a website or someplace they can look you up on?
We have a website right now that's active for this year. It's called radioscouting.website.
Okay.
Radioscouting.website. This year I'm going with 3 other people, and we're training a trainer course at the Philmont Training Center from July the 10th through the 16th. Again, that website, https radioscouting.website.
Radioscouting.website. And you also have a training center here.
Yes. Yeah. And this is the date
for the radio scouting course. So there is a badge for radio scouting, correct? Do you have a copy of that badge? And there it is, folks.
This is the Radio Scouting Merit Badge book, and it covers all kinds of aspects of ham radio, shortwave listening, radio stations, theory, building a Yagi antenna. That's inside of the radio.
Well, very cool. Thank you very much. I'm guessing that's the Music City Mall logo, or at least a piece of artwork. How do you get involved in the ham radio? The best way to get involved in the ham radio is probably going to be your local clubs. And we actually have 4 clubs here at this event representing themselves. Well, the Denton County Amateur Radio Association, we have Victoria Gardner here. Victoria, tell us about your club.
So I'm actually representing 2 clubs here today. My call sign is KI5FBL. I am representing Denton County Amateur Radio Association, Dakara, and as well as Denton County Aries. So Dakara is a big sponsor of Denton County Aries, and we do a lot of stuff with emergency management, emergency services, and with Dakara we have ham radio trainings, and we also administer the test. But today it's more about public education, trying to bring anybody into the club that is interested and just wants to know more about ham radio.
Sitting next to Dakara, or the Denton County Amateur Radio Association, we have Laura, which is the Louisville Amateur Radio Association. It's my friend Jim. Jim, tell us about your club.
Well, we started up in 2015, and we're a lot about operating, taking people out. We do radio days in the park, set up radios, and kind of play around, get on the air. We do a lot of kit builds, and we also do a lot of classes, getting people from their technician all the way up to their extra. So we're a little more on the operating side, but we also support the Louisville Office of Emergency Management whenever, as well.
Next to the Dakara table and the Laura table, we have LARC, the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club. That's my friend Ken. Ken, tell us about LARC.
Good afternoon, guys. My name is Ken. My call sign is Alpha Charlie 5 Echo Zulu, and I'm the current president for the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club, or LARC for short. We are a very active club in the colony. If you like to build things, you like to go out and do parks in the air, soda. If you'd like to do field day, we're the club that does everything. We're very active in Morse code. If you want to learn Morse code, come to the LARC Club. We have about 80 some odd members in our club, and we are very active, so we'd like to see you. Come join us.
And finally, we have Mars, which is the MetroQuest Amateur Radio Society. We're with our friend here, Mr. David. David, tell us about Mars.
Howdy. So I'm with MetroQuest Amateur Radio Society. We call ourselves Mars, but we're not the military Mars. We're the MetroQuest Amateur Radio Society. And we've been around since the late 70s. We're more of a mixed activity club, a little bit of social, a little bit of ham. We do have monthly meetings. We've got one of the best websites out there. It's kd58.org. That's Kilo Bravo 58.org. You can find out anything you'd like about our website there at our website. We do things, in the past we've done things like build-a-thons, we built antennas, we like to have a little fun around play days and HamCon, DFW Ham Festival here, and of course we'll do field days. So we look forward to everybody checking us out on the website and checking out our meetings. We've been traditionally doing in-person meetings, and now we're moved to more of a hybrid type of meeting structure. So we invite guests to try our meetings on Zoom, find out information again all on the website. So I hope that everybody enjoys checking us out.
So we got in this back room here, a secret back room. The VE room has been pretty busy today. We had quite a few. Do you know how many we had?
I think we tested 5.
Oh, 5, okay. It's been busy every time I wanted to show you and talk to you about it. But this is my friend Alan. He's actually leads another VE team, but he helps out everywhere. Alan, explain the VE team and what is the process of getting a ham license as far as the testing? How can you get into a test?
Getting into a test is relatively easy nowadays because we not only have in-person testing such as we had here, we also have remote testing, so you can take your test sitting in the comfort of your own home. The easiest way nowadays to find a test is go to like ARRL or W5YI and go to their websites, find it, and it'll be a tab on there for find a test location. In both cases, you can, well, at least in W5Y, you can select where you want local or remote testing. ARRL, I don't think they separate the two. You can find a time and date that's convenient, especially with remote testing. There's testing pretty much every day, all day long. The process of, per FCC rules, it takes a test team to give a test. There has to be at least 3 examiners present to give a test. But with remote testing, we do it using Zoom. You have to have a camera and a microphone speaker, of course. But we basically check your ID. We check to make sure you have a clean table, no posters on the wall or anything like that. Share your computer screen, and we use a website to give you the test. And the nice thing about this nowadays, at least with W5YI, grading is instantaneous. Once you're done, we download everything to W5YI, and it's immediately the next morning it's imported in to their database and sent along to the FCC. It literally takes less than 20 minutes to import, review the files, make sure everything was done right, and then format it and send it along to the FCC. Such that literally you can get your license in 1 to 2 business days. The FCC's now has implemented application fees, so it takes a business day or so for that to process through. But
and they'll guide you through that. If it's $35 fee to get your license from the federal government. Usually it's about $14, $15 for the test fee.
Depending upon
where you're at,
who's giving the test. ARRL's 15, W5Y is 14.
So just try to get up with an exam team. If you're interested in taking class, a lot of the clubs give classes. Alan here has a class as well. Alan teaches often. I'm teaching Thursday and Friday this week, but I'll be teaching government officials, first responders in that class. But there's lots of opportunity to learn. You can learn on your own.
Check out your local clubs. Most local clubs will know who's giving classes and where. So, check out your local club site. At least here in North Texas, Decara, Metrocrest, Denton, Dallas County, they should have someone who knows where a class is and when it is. I mean, I taught a class last weekend. I had 20 people in my class at the University of North Texas.
All right.
It's for Denton County. So there's classes fairly often around. They're not all the time, but they're fairly often. And a class isn't required to get a license. You can study on your own. W5YI publishes books.
And I recommend their book.
That you can get off either direct at W5YI.org or through Amazon. ARRL sells books. I think there's only 2 real study books out there.
Right.
But you can get us books, study on your own. An amateur tech is 10 to 12 hours worth of focused study time. So an hour or 2 a night for a week, you got all the studying in you need. A general class is a little bit more, probably about 16 hours to get your general class license. Again, ARRL and W5Y both publish excellent books.
Christina here. By the way, Christina's Vicky's twin sister. Vicky's over there, all by herself. She's looking at buying the radio. And Cliff right here is testing to make sure it's all good.
I would probably go, what you did, the 5,000.
Cliff, how's it doing?
You'll do eventually it's dual band. Here's the funny thing about these radios. That's the front.
So why are we turning the receive off?
It's crazy.
So we can get some of the generator.
We got 2 radios to give away. I probably won't win, knowing my luck. Every now and then I do get lucky, but once every few years. Just keep coming to these things and you might win something. The last prize has been given out and it wasn't me, but that's all right. Had fun anyways. Thanks for hanging out with me. Really appreciate that. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye.